came right before Battle of Gods. I was transitioning out of doing Krieg from Borderlands. That's right. I've got the shiniest meat bicycle. I love it. And so that was literally, I was tasting blood in my throat after the end of every session. And so when we transitioned into Dragon Ball, it was definitely kind of a little easier, you know, because he's got his moments where he's, you know, kind of letting loose, but it's nothing like the throat gnarl, the monster, you know, the Cookie Monster voice.
Yeah, because Beerus has control. He is control, and he's very controlled. And whereas is, yeah, you kind of have to do.
Or nearly any kind of action character that you would do for, like, especially a video game, when it's just like, you know, right flank, left flank. You know, you got to say these things like 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways. So no, it's a great joy to do this character, because even though we know how we know how kind of powerful he is and what his potential is, he kind of chills out and cuts loose, and he enjoys the cuisine. So at least for me. I don't know what about your powerful action sequences where you get to yell and stuff?
I am one of 2 people in this show that doesn't have to raise their voice, and it was me in 17, and 17 does end up yelling and eventually, but like back in Z, he didn't really raise his voice, and so when I started, they called them Chuck Huber sessions. It's like, oh, you're gonna be fine when you leave here. Because our agents will legitimately, Dragon Ball Z is so well known by agents in Dallas that if you have a DB super session, they will cancel the rest of your day and they will move it. And that's just across the board, they'll do that. So all these other actors are like, yeah, man, I had my Dragon Ball session today. It was great, it was great. I'll do a Dragon Ball session and then I'll go do 4 more hours of like narration of a children's book or something like that afterwards. Because it doesn't hurt me. And the most angry I think I got was when you ate the strawberries from the sundae. He raises his voice about here. That's it. It's amazing.
Just materialize some strawberries, Whis, and quit whining about it.
I also wanted to add that in the series, Whis reveals that the Grand Priest, the Grand Minister, either way, is one of the top 5 strongest in the multiverse, which is your father in the series. So other than your beard being number 2, any idea who 3, 4, and 5 are? Because
as we pointed out, like, it's not necessarily about strength. Power isn't just strength, it's all the other things. So, I mean, it depends on what you mean by most powerful. It's one of those things, because like Zeno, being able to just blink out existence, that's power.
Yeah.
But could he lift a 10-ton, you know, weight? I don't know. Like, he could probably, and it'll float in the air. But so, like, what is powerful? I don't know, man. That's hard.
No, I don't know either. Which is horrible. Get at it, bro.
Alright, my question is for Ian. So, voice acting can be difficult at times. So I'm wondering if you have to do a really aggressive yelling voice for Whis, do you think that maybe your beard would affect that when you're talking about
Actually, I will tell you about this and beard and voice acting. I know I have to trim my beard when I do it, and I can hear it go through my mustache. If I can hear that, it is shaved that day. I don't like, the cool thing about Whis' screams, and I've actually thought about this a lot, if he eventually does, I'm not going to allow any gravel into it. It's got to be very, ooh, what's this? Oh, it's one of these.
We're having snacks.
We're having snacks. You said we would because you put the word food in this.
And we'd like you guys to join us in having some snacks. So if you just asked a question, hey dude, with the white shirt.
You want a snack?
Come on. Snack for you. They look like ice cream cones, but they're really cookies.
Yeah, like strawberry flavored ice.
And then there's no English on the label, so I can't tell you what it's called exactly.
Brother, Beerus
It's
gave me you
a phone.
Wait for it, it's amazing. Oh, it's so delightful. Yeah, no, that low pitched is really what I'm like when I go out and do it. I'm like, oh, it's amazing. You can look at it.
So my first question is for Ian. Out of 10, how would you rate your beard?
How would I read what?
Your beard.
15, dude.
So, do either of you relate to your characters that you play? and Jack and
I'm definitely, I think I like to kind of kick back at home and sort of just chill, enjoy the cuisine. I'm blessed to live with a house of sort of culinary, asking people that aspire, like my wife and daughter, both very good cooks. And so, yeah, it's a bit like I imagined it would be if, you know, Whis and Beerus were kicking back for the weekend and just, let's try something out of the,
What is this thing? What is curry rice?
I imagine like Whis, I think, has like a row of cookbooks or something that he's experimenting out of.
Yeah, it just looked like weird foreign alien text to him, and he's like, oh, okay, that's crazy.
Can I
That sounds fun.
What can I substitute for this? From the planet Namekia and whatever, come get it.
Ooh, this would be the best. Yeah, no, I cooking is my favorite thing. It's my main hobby.
That's true about you in real life.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is.
And you were telling me yesterday that you are an aspiring baker.
I've been baking. Baking scares me. I don't know, like, is there anybody out there who's like a cook and loves to cook because, man, I don't do baking, that scares me. Yeah, right, that has been me for 30-something years, and I was like, you know what, I bought a random bread book, and now I like bake bread. It's what like makes me happy, and I run around giving that. Monica Rial's fiance is in the room, and I almost brought him up to back me up on some of the weird stuff that I cook. Ron, you here? Anyway, so my girlfriend's a vegetarian, so I bring Bulma and her fiance over all the time to feed them meat because I need someone to eat the barbecue I make. It's wonderful. It's a little weird how life has that little overlap of like we go out and get ramen a bunch.
Well, I've been looking forward to the next dinner.
We're gonna talk about.
Okay.
I don't know where you live. We'll talk about that.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know. I keep it a secret from Sabbath and Shemp. I don't want those guys coming over.
Yeah, no.
I like barbecue. Kind of Mary Wells.
What would you like barbecue anything? What do you want?
Start with the brisket for sure.
Yeah. A little bit of burn ends afterwards.
I love the burn ends.
Okay, good.
But it's weird. I like it to be nice and moist with a nice smoke ring around the edge.
Well, I separate it.
Do you?
I do. I cut off the okay, you know, it goes brisket,
Right.
and then there's like fat, and then there's that other little bit of meat.
Of course.
You run, so you cook it to about 200, maybe 190 something,
Yeah.
mid 190s.
225.
And then you take it. Dude, I've been barbecuing, my beard stinks like, well right now Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel chunks because they're delicious. Get such good smoke off that. You run your knife along that fat cap, comes off, put that thing back in there until it's about 225, you bite into it, it goes,
Nice. Do you have one of those big green eggs?
I do have big green eggs. It's so good, it's so easy. Anyway, yes.
Sorry, next.
So what episode did both of you enjoy recording together the most?
Oh, well, see, we never get to like record together. Like we do get to see each other at Overtron occasionally. It's
Always, I like it when Ian goes first because like he helps to sharpen the corners of Beerus's, you know what I mean? There's something about hearing Ian's performance as Whis that definitely helps set the table for what I do. And I don't know if there's like a weird effect if I go first.
Oh, no. Okay, so if you go first, I'm extra sassy because like I hear him be like, Whis, do this thing. I'm like, no, okay, honey. It's just one of those things that I get to just be a little bit more condescending. And sassy because you're already there. And there's something about someone already being laid down that you can like mimic their little. There was one that you did where we were like, did you eat this thing without me? And I'm like, what? Okay, just maybe a couple times. Like, well, I'm gonna do that. And I just threw it up. At the end, the director's like, that's going in there, bro. And I'm like, so that's where that comes from. Just because I will react to you. Oh, and if he's not recorded yet, I do my impression of him to be like, Whis, what am I doing? Well, my lord. So, have they ever passed that on to you?
What's that?
They did. Oh, thank you.
No.
Good.
I think it's lovely.
So, if you ask Raleigh, he has a
He has the
lot
tracks of you doing the
audio doing. Yeah, you doing yours.
Okay.
I want to react to.
Fantastic. I think that's B-roll. On
The Beerus film?
Yes. You deserve a break today. There you go.
I have a quick question. What are y'all's all-time favorite foods? If you were stuck on an island, you only eat one thing.
Oh, one.
One. You eat every day.
See, I'm broken up. What about you? Finish that.
Well, my granddad would tell me to take Raisin Bran because it keeps things moving. I really would. But,
It's the only thing you can eat? You can't eat like some...
see, the problem is I'm trying to pick the right answer. There's going to be one right answer. Like, it's like bananas or something. You know, like, that's the one food you can eat, and it's got everything. It's a complete food. What do they mean by it's a complete food?
Like, it's, I think you can sustain yourself just from that. Like, that product, Soylent.
What's that?
There's a product, Soylent, which is a drink that you can pair.
Oh, soy.
Yeah.
Soy, you know, it's people.
And the green version is people. The black one's coffee, but the green one's people.
Oh, okay. I want the coffee version.
I refuse to do one, and it's because I can't. I always go home that night and like hate myself. So I've tried to I've honestly narrowed it down. Oh, 3? Okay.
3. It was 3.
Okay, then I'll eliminate the sweets, so donuts go away. Noodles, dumplings, and within noodles I get ramen. That's considered.
Yeah, sort of.
Noodles, dumplings, and spinning meats. Or barbecue. No, I'm gonna go with barbecue. Spinning meats like shawarma and gyros and stuff like that. That's some of my favorite.
Love a good gyro. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I can make you that. I just had a rotisserie, so I can do
You cannot. You cannot do a gyro at your house.
You can, but the problem is the fat doesn't drip down from the top.
You have the thing. You have the thing.
No, I'm using a rotisserie.
You're using a rotisserie.
It's closer to.
There's actually what?
This is how we are. It's closer to taco Sal Pastor, which was actually what happened when shawarma came to Texas.
Good question. Appreciate it. Look what you've done.
Sir.
Why isn't Beerus like Whis is singing?
Yeah. This is not good.
That's it. It is.
That was fun. Day one, they were like, "Hey, can you sing really poorly?" I'm like,
I don't know what that says. These are like little ice creams, cookies. There you go. Right on. I don't know what these are.
Only in Kameha-Con.
These say raisin and sand. Raisin and sand. That sounds delicious. It's something I've wanted my whole life.
That's what I want.
Raisins and sand.
I'm sitting there on the beach eating a raisin sand.
Right now.
It's like raisin
Delicious.
Unfortunately. His daughter.
Yeah, my daughter made me a cake. She thought I should bring it up here and eat some. I don't know why. You know what these are like? These are like
Big news?
big news.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Here you go. Who wants one? Anyone? Right?
Only at Kameha-Con can you go to a panel and get food. Only here will Beerus give you food.
Don't worry, there's more. There's more going on. We'll do our best to make sure that you're all well fed.
Hi, my question's for the bearded badass.
Oh, they said Beerus. I was like, oh, I'm the beard.
So I've been trying to grow my beard for like 14 years, and I understand power scaling is going to be a little bit tricky. Would you feel that power scaling would make more sense if weaker characters had beards like mine, and stronger characters had beards like yours?
Is your name Chuck?
I do think it would be awesome if you sort of like when she was like, I found my new form. And just and yeah, no, I like that. It's like the reverse Red Hulk.
You think it grows out everywhere?
Just armpit hair. Knuckle hair.
In other places.
I think that's what they were going for in GT with the whole thing, but like, weird. Anyway,
It's a good thing it's temporary.
so that's big old beards. And you have a fine beard, sir. Be lazy with it and it'll look like this. That's what this is, just bushy and lazy.
Doesn't that look delicious? I have no idea.
Fish flavored king. How's that?
So, Mr. Sinclair,
Yeah,
I'm a man that can respect the beard. I just had one yesterday, shaved it. Wondering, you ever thought of having a goatee.
How about having a goatee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you look like the average man, the beard doesn't help the fact you still sound like a wee lad.
Oh no, I'm in Dragon Ball Con, so I speak up in this thing. My normal voice is around here, man. Yeah, this is like day-to-day is around here. But when I'm in like an autograph hall, if I talk low, the sound waves are longer, it's gonna be harder for your ear to pick it up. So you do it here, they're more compact waves, and you're gonna be able to hear it, and I'm not gonna have to hurt my voice as much. But yeah, I've done a goatee, and I shaved it off after having one of those Scott Ian like anthrax goatees back in the day when I was a band. After having a date, and the girl didn't tell me for the last 2 hours that the Cheetos I ate at the beginning of the date, there's still one in there. And so I never had a long goatee again.
I think the problem is that you were eating Cheetos at the beginning of the day. I think that's where the foot went in the wrong direction.
That's a good date. I hope every girl is like, hi, how are you? Here's some Cheetos, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Or bacon, ladies.
Who doesn't love bacon? Who loves bacon?
When I got my new house, I was the voice of a bacon, of Wright brand bacon at the time, and so everybody who walked into my house, I had a stack of bacon that I would make in the morning, and like, if you walked into my house for the first time, I would hand you bacon, just because that way they go, I love Ian's house, he gives you bacon.
You were the voice of the
I wish I was your
No,
friend.
they had the big guy going, oh, Wright brand bacon, the bigger bacon, and then this guy goes, hi, Wright brand bacon, bigger bacon, bigger bacon, bigger bacon. Yeah, that was the high-pitched voice at the end.
Wow. And they gave you free bacon?
No.
The thing
I
about
love Wright brand, I love you, please work with me again.
the thing about your voice, I will say, is the first time I ever heard your Whis,
Yes.
you sound exactly like the Japanese.
I'm trying.
Identical.
I'm trying. He's hard, man. He's been.
Yeah. You nail it, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ask a question, Bindle.
What's up, y'all?
Yo.
It
Yo.
seems.
First of all, Beerus and Whis are both alphas, but Whis is more alpha because he's not afraid of Zeno.
And he's got a beard.
No one of us has a secure job.
My question is to you, Ian.
Yep.
So in your career, you've played two characters who are fascinated with certain things. Whis with food and Brooke from One Piece with girls and their undergarments. Who do you think is more fascinated with their craze?
Sounds like me.
I'd say Whis because Whis is constantly searching out new foods and really is being very proactive. Brooke seems to be like, oh lady, what's that thing? What am I supposed to? There's a girl, what is it? Hello, how are you? Oh yeah, I see your panties. And it's like this afterthought for him, but no, Whis is always four friends of mine. You know,
Cool, alright.
Come get Kim. Yo, what's up?
You got it. Jack's played over here says no.
I love you, Jason, but sorry, I gotta spin Ian. So, Ian, you and Garrett Randall, Beerus getting a fight. Based on the power scaling, dude, what's going to happen?
Again with the scale.
Oh, do I still get to be? Am I Whis Ian versus Trunks Eric?
No, it's your beards, bro.
Oh, just our beards battling?
Yeah, come on.
Eric has tamed his beard. Eric has a lot of control with his beard. We literally, at getting a steak last night, I'm kidding you not, I sat there with Eric for about 5 minutes talking about, so you're brushing your beard? Oh man, I have to keep this thing. Should I put oil in it? It's just unruly right now. And yeah, he like knows a whole regimen, that man. So like, if training your beard is like training and fighting, he's like Goku, and I'm like, Yajirobe. Chunky King.
Ian, what type of shampoo do you use for your beard?
Good question. I don't use shampoo on my beard, I conditioner it. Shampoo, you just kind of bring it down, you kind of do a little bit, you get it okay, and then it's cute, you do condition, always nice and soft.
Do you do that before or after the Axe body wash?
So, no, I'm with that, no. Yeah, no, it's just part of the haircut. Bring it on down, bring it on down. You don't have to do it till it's stupid bushy.
And what conditioner do you use?
Forever One, I don't know, 34-year-old man, dude, I don't know what conditioner I'm using. The purple one that's in there that my girlfriend goes, oh, that feels nice. Yeah. I think it's naturalish. She likes stuff that is cruelty-free, so it's some cruelty-free thing. So, yeah, I love cruelty. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, I love how many people waited in line at a Dragon Ball panel to talk about my beard. This is a memory for me. I made it, Mom. I made it.
Ever since we lost Billy Mays.
Say what?
Ever since we lost Billy Mays. We got you. Great beard.
He did have a great beard. What's up?
Great voice too.
Hi, you two. My question is, how would the conversation go if Brooke were to meet Beerus and wanted to see his panties? How angry would Beerus get? And if Whis would try to avoid?
I hate to see your search history.
He's been spending time on the dark web.
Hi. I hear that under those fluffy pants there's panties. Is that true?
Nope.
And then he goes, it just replies me.
Please,
Yes.
what just happened?
Oh, yes, that frightening little skeleton boy wanted to see your panties.
What are panties, Whis? Is that anything that I should know about? Is it something you eat? What is it?
So Bubba and I were joking online, and we had this joke about you and panties. It was just a Twitter joke. Oh, is that something in the oven?
So again, is it something Bulma makes that I should eat? Should I eat Bulma's panties?
And then just Vegeta comes in like, my lord, please no.
Spit it out. I was just about to eat Bulma's panties. So where are they? What do I look? Do you have them hidden behind your back, Bulma? Please. Why isn't this going the way I expected?
Thank you. Thank you for the pictures that will eventually be drawn today.
All right. Fruit, chocolate cookie.
Now this is great timing. Anything from the Dragon Ball universe you guys would love to eat?
Sing it?
Anything from the Dragon Ball universe you guys would love to eat?
Oh God. I actually found the ramen that like looks exactly like the instant ramen that they get, and I had it imported from Japan in a giant box, and I ate a ton of it. It's really good. It's way better than the ramen we get here. It's like upsetting how much better the same brand of ramen, like the American version versus the Japanese version. Amazon. Just go look at go find the picture, like the screenshot of it, and then go on Amazon looking for something that looks just like that, and you'll be like, oh, that looks exactly like it with just different words. I don't know if it is the exact one, but
I'd like that giant squid that Vegeta wrangled. That actually looked, I was like, my mouth's watering actually. I think I could try some of that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
get your candy.
Come on now. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Hi.
So, did you enjoy voicing Beerus? Like, what was it like for you?
Really, this is the worst thing I've ever done in my career. I'm waiting for the next job to come along and take me away from it. No, of course, I love voicing Beerus, man. This is great. I've been doing anime voices since the late 1990s, believe it or not. I was only 6 years old when I started, of course. Go with me. And but you know, you do a lot of voices in your career, and a lot of them are you come in for a show and then it's gone, and it sort of unfortunately gets forgotten about, even if you think it's just the greatest thing at the time. But I never imagined that I would get to be a part of this franchise, Dragon Ball, and voice such a colorful and intriguing and mysterious and funny character. That he's got these so many facets in this one guy. And a lot of times you do end up, playing characters that are not quite as three-dimensional, right? And but he's definitely not a stock character. It's the most fun I've had of voicing a character in a long, long time, and I hope to keep doing it for a long time.
And I notice every time after a meal, Beerus is picking his teeth, so I understand he has a good understanding of oral hygiene. So I'd love to see y'all say always floss after a meal. I think it would go great for my younger patients.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is like a PSA for the students at your patients. I think you're supposed to floss after. Was it before? It's important to do after. Okay, that's right.
Brush your teeth with a meal.
Brush your teeth with a meal.
Always floss after a meal, right?
Floss after the meal, yes, depending on what you're eating. Okay.
Hi, I'm Whis.
And I'm Beerus.
Always floss.
After the meal.
Always.
Because if you don't, the bacteria will hakai your teeth.
Man, if I ever have kids, they're hearing that.
I like that we just did a nice thing for some children that will now, that there may be one less kid that needs dental work because of that. We should feel good about that. I did. Wow, we got a moment.
What's up, party people?
What's up?
Thank you very much. For your characters, if you could take one good thing and one bad thing about the show, what would it be? That's the first question. And the second question, in a battle between the destroyers and the angels, who will win? And either the two groups. Whis fighting his own kids, and Beerus fighting his own destroyers.
Oh. Mutually assured destruction.
Beerus versus all the destroyers, and Whis versus all the angels.
Oh, okay. Was that the equation?
Yeah, if it was destroyers versus angels, then I'm sorry, but
no, I'm sorrier.
I know. Anyway, okay, so if there's something that you really like about your guy, and
You know, I love the interesting ways that he finds to not destroy something.
Yeah.
It seems to tap into some core part of him that is, I hate to use the word sort of a humanity, but that's the idea behind the character. It's a window into the soul of Beerus a little bit. When you see him, why doesn't he unleash his destructive force more often than he does? And I think that's kind of an open question, but my point is that I think it's interesting that he doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I just think it's an interesting thing. What about you?
things that I like about I love that for Whis, it's just this low. This is 10 minutes in Whis' life. This is a brief blip in the eternity that he lives, and so this is the most interesting little thing with these little glowing monkeys flinging energy through at each other. Like, oh, look at you! This is fun. Okay, and I love that because I then as the actor just get to go in there and do that and just kind of be like, oh, what's happening? Oh, look at you. Who's a big, strong Saiyan? Yes, you is. And it's like playing with my old actors. I love that. And then, I'm gonna say Whis is the strongest of all the angels. Sure, why not? That's what I'm always going to say. And then Monica, didn't we see Battles and Destroyers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we know how that one turned out.
And Beerus kind of wanted it. Kind of.
Thank you.
2010.
I just want to also say before I ask my question that you guys are an absolute blessing to the Dragon Ball franchise.
It goes both ways. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you a question, Jason.
Yes.
How did you feel whenever you were able to portray the Hawkeye against the lawsuit, and how much did that build you up, and did you love doing that?
Right, I did. I was an early proponent of keeping it as Hakai. Because I felt that it was a core, a core and iconic part of Beerus as a character, and also that moment for the show. And I felt like to just say destroy or some such thing just didn't have the weight that phrase Hakai has. And we also have a smart fan base. It's not as if Dragon Ball fans have no idea what, you know. No, you do. You're smart, and you know that it's coming and that it's important. And so I think we kind of riff off of that vibe and that energy. And so we're in there kind of wanting to make this right for you guys. And also for us, just for the performance. I just think, like, at that moment, it's just kind of like Samuel L. Jackson kind of, you know, reading the speech from, you know, Ezekiel 25:41 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like that's his moment. It's his thing, you know. And so we couldn't lose that. And I mentioned it to Chris and also to Raleigh, and I kind of made. I didn't have to push hard because those guys have been doing this for years. They totally understand. They get it. But it wasn't something where it was like, oh, you know, initially like, oh, by the way, we're definitely going to do this. It was something that was talked about, and we kind of made that decision. And we kind of set it up because there was an earlier episode when he makes kind of a oblique reference to Hakai, and in the line it was something like, I will have to destroy him. And I was like, let's set it up now so that later on, at that moment, it's not as if it just comes out of the blue and he's never said it before. So there's an earlier moment in the series where he kind of offhand mentions about Hakai something, and that was kind of set up so that we could kind of earn our way to doing it for, you know, at that Zamasu moment. So yeah, it was cool.
I wanted to see if you can give a Hawkeye to the crowd.
Okay. All right. What am I Hakai? That's the thing.
Hawkeye, your worst enemy.
My worst enemy?
Hakai that question, bro. You can't Hakai the beer.
All right, good.
Your least favorite food?
I'll do this lawsuit action.
You're trying my patience.
Oh no.
Don't flinch. Hakai.
I've got a quick one. So let's say that Whis likes pineapple on pizza. And let's say that Beerus does not. Let's say Beerus does not. And they're debating about what toppings to get. What might that sound like?
It's an ingredient. How can you be mad about an ingredient, my
Oh God, please just ask them to put it on the other half.
Why is that sweetness that can come through? And I'm going to put pepperoni on it because that extra saltiness will go wonderfully with
I'm
sweetness.
fine with the pepperoni, Whis. I just don't want the pineapple. You don't put fruit and meat together. I mean, what is this? Do you think we live in Universe 6 or something?